So today's episode is about the letter Aleph. In the Hebrew pictograph, the picture is of a bull. Before the Tower of Babel, men shared a single language, and we believe that that language was Hebrew. Hebrew is expressed in 22 letters, which originally were shown as pictures, so one picture for each letter. The letter A, for example, in Hebrew is called Aleph, and it's the picture of a bull. The letter B in Hebrew is Bet, and it's a picture of a house. So if you look at the word alphabet, it's sort of a Greek version of Aleph Bet, the original language that all mankind shared. What makes this alphabet special and different from all of the other alphabets is the other alphabets were created as a response to what happened at the tower, when the languages were confused and different nationalities found themselves speaking different languages. So they came up with letters and things to represent the new sounds that they were making. But originally, when Father created mankind, they were already created with the ability to speak and to understand things that he told them. So it's our belief that that he made these letters and that he designated what the symbols would be. Now, if that's true, then they should show some evidence of super intelligence, because he is who he is, and they definitely do. And that's one reason why we started this series and wanted to share some information with you about Father's alphabet. You're live.
You will learn to read in the original language. You will know the meaning of the letter. When we're done, you will be able to read the enigmatic writings on the stones before the flood.
That's Carlos. And he's actually quoting a 7th century BC Assyrian king named Ashurbanipal. Ashurbanipal had a pretty significant library back in the day, sort of equivalent to Alexandria at its time. It was also burned by fire. Carlos actually wants to go to Nineveh and check Ashurbanipal's ruin.
Yeah, so he had clay tablets that were burnt and baked, and they found those. But according to the writings from Ashurbanipal himself, that he had stones that were markers from before the flood, and those markers had enigmatic characters on those. And we believe they're not looking for those. We believe they're looking for clay-baked tablets. But we want to go again and find the monumental stones that supposedly Noah left.
That would be a bigger find than Dead Sea Scrolls.
That to me, that's bigger than Dead Sea Scrolls. So yeah, we like to get down there.
The way Father's alphabet system works is he uses the pictures of the letters to show you the meaning of a word. Take the word father, for example. In Hebrew, the word for father is Av, Aleph, Bet. The Aleph is a picture of a bull, which is a picture of strength, a picture of leadership, of someone or something that is chief and that is powerful. The Bet is a picture of a house. So what you have in the word father is the leader of the house, the strength of the house. Another example is in the Hebrew word for God, which is El, and spelled Aleph, Lamed. Somewhere, I believe it's in one of the writings of Peter, they refer to our Lord as the chief shepherd. So think about that for a sec while you look at this picture. Chief shepherd is beautifully represented in the word El. The Hebrew language is based on a root system of words. So there are several roots consisting of 2 or 3 letters that serve as the basis for the entire language, and letters are added to those roots to form different words. So one example of that would be the word for gift. In Hebrew, gift is hav. If you were to add an aleph to the root word gift, you end up with ahav, which by the letters is a picture of the strongest gift or the most powerful gift. And the word ahav in Hebrew is love. So if you think about it, he says that greater love has no one than this, to lay down his life for his friends. Because if somebody dies for you, they have nothing left to give. That is the absolute greatest gift and the biggest demonstration of love that they could possibly show. You were telling me a story about the bull and the origin of the bull. Not the origin of the bull. How they turned the bull into something else.
The urban legend of the bull.
Legend of the bull.
Oh, here's how it goes. It's when Enoch wrote of the Adamic line from Adam, which the anointed one would come and redeem mankind. Every one of his descendants was a bull. And we hear that angels came down and they wanted to make themselves bulls. So they were there before and after the flood. So apparently they came again. Now, when Noah was in charge, he let them know, from me will come the bulls. And somebody named Nimrod took it upon, that was his great-grandson, took it upon himself to name himself a bull and proclaim himself a bull. So when that happened, he was the template for all other kingdoms from there on.
You've got a lot of kings and leaders and warlords throughout history that
and they all
wearing the horns.
They're all wearing the horns. Now, when Noah landed, he stopped at Haran, and he taught him well. And Haran got taken over by the Hittites, and the Hittites eventually conquered the Greeks, a section they call Luvians now. So when they conquered the Greeks, they brought in some Greeks, and they also had their bulls, but they called them Taurus, because they were from the Taurus Mountains. So, needless to say, as time went on, Joseph was sent down to Egypt. Pharaoh gathered grain through the providence of Yohe-Bohe, and over the course of 7 years saved up grain, and over the course of the next 7 years became owner of everything in the world. Everything. So there was nothing left to buy. He even bought the Hebrews' land. So he owned everything in the world. In those days,